Currently, holding a British, American, or Canadian passport grants you access to Europe with zero pre-travel paperwork. But soon, travelers from over 60 visa-exempt countries will be required to carry a digital permit called ETIAS. This directive comes straight from the European Commission, designed to log the entry and exit of billions of tourists. The system was scheduled to go live in late 2026. Instead, European authorities have abruptly suspended that timeline. The launch date is now frozen indefinitely, pushing the rollout into 2027. With the official starting line completely erased, travelers are left without clear instructions on when or how to comply. That silence has created a dangerous information vacuum. Unofficial, third-party companies have stepped into that void. Right now, a quick search for the travel permit brings up dozens of deceptive websites, mimicking official government portals, complete with predatory Apply Now buttons. These sites are actively collecting personal passport data and charging massive markup fees. The catch is that the official European system is completely offline. It is currently impossible to process an actual ETIAS application. When the system actually launches, the true cost of the digital permit is locked at exactly €20. Millions of travelers will legally bypass even that cost, as specific age groups are entirely exempt from the fee. Because the actual mandate is stalled, paying for this document right now buys you absolutely nothing. The permit is currently a live financial trap for uninformed tourists. To understand why the digital permit is paralyzed, we have to look at the physical borders of the Schengen area. Europe is rolling out two entirely separate security systems. The first is the Entry-Exit System, or EES. This is a physical checkpoint. It requires non-EU nationals to scan their faces and register their fingerprints at automated kiosks upon arrival. That hardware deployment has struggled. Early testing and implementation at major airports triggered hours-long queues, with kiosks repeatedly failing to read the worn fingerprints of older travelers. The digital ETIAS permit is designed to work in tandem with those physical kiosks. Because border authorities are overwhelmed trying to fix the hardware bottleneck, they have deliberately held back the digital pre-check launch. Until the physical fingerprint scanners function smoothly, the digital application remains entirely offline. When that digital system does go live, it operates strictly as a pre-travel online authorization. You will not need to schedule an embassy appointment or mail in physical paperwork like you would for a traditional visa. The entire process happens online, and the resulting approval is digitally tethered to the exact passport you used to apply. That approval is valid for 3 years. However, if you renew your passport during that window, the existing permit is immediately voided. The authorization has no independent lifespan. It survives only as long as the physical booklet it is bound to. Once you arrive in Europe, the permit enforces strict limits. Visa-exempt tourists are allowed to stay inside the Schengen area for a maximum of 90 days within any 180-day period. You cannot spend 90 days in France and then cross into Germany for another 90. The clock tracks your movement cumulatively across all 30 participating nations. That 180-day window is constantly rolling forward. Every time you cross the border, authorities look back over the previous 6 months and count how many days you have already spent inside. You have to wait for old travel days to fall out of that window before you can accrue new ones. While everyone needs this authorization, travelers under the age of 18 and over the age of 70 will not pay the €20 fee. They must still submit the application, but the cost is completely waived. The system operates as a closely monitored rolling allowance that heavily restricts long-term visits while financially accommodating younger and older travelers. When European authorities finally resolve their hardware issues and announce a firm launch date, they will initiate a 6-month transitional grace period to let travelers adapt. Until that announcement happens, the most effective step you can take to protect your money and your passport data is to do absolutely nothing. Do not apply on any website. Wait exclusively for the system to open on the official European Union web portal, identified strictly by the .europa.eu domain suffix, or through their forthcoming official mobile app. Keep your passport details secure, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more defensive strategies to protect your travel budget. Next time, we're looking closely at those biometric kiosk failures at the airports and why waiting out the European border chaos is your best line of defense right now.